I'm thinking one of these two might look really good at the cafe. I know. I'm shallow.
I ripped it out and sent it.
52 books a year, a book a week. Now that is sexy. You get your seal of sexy approval. What's up? It's your boy Nate. I read books because reading is sexy. And if you're not reading, you're not sexy. Somebody had to tell you. Here are some book updates. We are really chugging along to try and max out our reading for the year. And I think, gonna be real honest, realistic, capping it at 90. I thought I could get to 100, but we are at, what is it, December 6th? And I'm busy this month, as I'm sure everyone is with the holiday season. Here to talk about some lovely tiny reads we've got here. Starting with Maud Martha, Gwendolyn Brooks, Maud Martha. Vignettes of a woman becoming African-American woman, 40s, 50s. The social aspect, the hierarchies of people, the injustice, the prejudice, all detailed here in Vignettes of Maud Martha. What did this feel like? Goes down like smooth brandy, which sharpens with the harsh sentimentalities of the times, 40s and 50s, with racism, injustice, and prejudice. It's a treat, a brief one at that, but one nonetheless. Really all I can say, it's like a solid 3 stars. I think I've only read like a couple of Gwendolyn Brooks poems, and I really like her voice, so I thought, why not try this, which is her only novel? And in essence, it's still poetry. If anything, prose then, but solid 3 stars. It was good, you know? Solid. Next, I read Night by Edna O'Brien. I think Lindsay, a friend of Rebecca Eats Books, like she posted in her stories a line from it and I was captivated by it, so I decided to pick it up. What is this giving? This book is giving that one lonesome woman at the end of the bar who decides to strike a conversation with a sad sap like me and goes on to tell her night of many nights and many men, and is in that like nostalgic mood. Like any conversation that, you know, is about all that. You get bored, you forget some of the details, you misremember who's who, and eventually they all become the same man. Then you realize, you know what, that's not the point. The point is that I have loved too. I have loved as many times, as many men as this woman. And you want to scream, I've been loved too, let me speak. Until you realize how silly that might sound, that it's not a competition. That what is evoked here is, yeah, love itself and what to do with all that love and how we love and all of the disgusting and irksome ways in how we love. Edna O'Brien has this incredible voice that I've, like, it's one of a kind. Ireland, during the 70s, such a treat, this voice. In the, what is it called? The foreword by Andrew O'Hagan mentions that we read Edna O'Brien for her sentences, and such delicious, deviant sentences. Shall I read? I'm gonna read from the end because I just thought like the book ended on such like whimsical notes. There's so much humor, tragedy, drama in her lyricism that, I don't know, it just makes a great cocktail. It's a Long Island iced tea. There's no magic, no homecoming, no handshake, no loving cup. Ah, my little scallywags, you have separateness thrust upon you. Oh, shadows of love, inebriations of love, foretastes of love, trickles of love, but never yet the one true love. Au revoir, Teague. Au revoir, Jonathan. Au revoir, Boss and Lil and all soulmates. Go fuck yourselves. I've been settled long enough. It is time for memory to expire. There are just some delicious word choices in here. Sentence structures, the way that these words are adjacent to each other, delectable. It's a dirty little treat, and if you're into that, into like lyrical writing, if you're into lyrical writing, these are some good choices. But yes, Night, Edna O'Brien. There's that. Okay, then my friend Hajin gifted me this book. We had a little book trade, and she gave me Don't Come In Here by Patrick Kyle, Canadian multidisciplinary artist. I can't believe people still write that in their bios. I just think that's so no, like big no. But then again, this was published in 2016, so that's fine. It's a graphic novel about a man in an apartment with so many hallways, so many doors, so many roommates he didn't know he had. It's funny, it's charming, it's a bit psychedelic. Yes, a big loony bin of lonesomeness, fatigue of the everyday, a mixed bag of sort of the underlying anxieties that we have in our lives, but don't yet know that are there. Patrick Kyle does a wonderful job of animating that and creating these really trippy figures, shapes, minimalistic, yet also maximalist visions of that hidden anxiety, these sort of liminal spaces, the back doors, if you will, captured brilliantly. I read this, finished it in like an hour because I had a work meeting and I was just sitting in the back, not caring about anything, and decided to rip through this. It's a good one. It's fun. Sorry. As you can tell, trying to push up my count. Goodreads tells me I'm at 87 right now, which means I have to read 3 more books to make 90. And I really don't know how I'm going to do that. Maybe I can do it. I don't know. Because I'm still reading Solenoid, and that I have made not even a dent, like only 80 pages. And the book is like a massive 600, 800 pages. I don't know. Although I've come across this review of it that is 2 hours long, which I think is an apt amount of time to talk about the book because it's dense, and I don't think it'll be possible to finish it by December. I think what I'm gonna do is like read a page a day, because that's how much, yeah, it's dense. A lot happens in a single page. So I think potential short reads, because I'm looking at my shelf right now and there are no more tiny books. So sad. So what I think I'm going to pick up is Why is the Salaryman Carrying a Surfboard by Ray Masaki? Because, I mean, it's short and it's got pictures. So yeah, it should be interesting. And then as like a book I kind of want to flaunt, because I'll be in Seoul again the week after next, and maybe the end of December, I believe. Will be Be Not Afraid of Love by Mircea. Just sort of, you know, sort out some of those unknowns of 2022 so I can come into 2023 fresh as fuck. You know what I mean? So yeah, and then I have to figure out a third book, and I don't know what that'll be. Let me take a look. Okay, well, I guess I can do one of these. I have the Apprenticeship or the Book of Pleasures by Clarice Lispector, which means we can be a completionist, or attempt to be a completionist by the end of the year. And the Good Pie People. Good Pie People. Pie. Goodbye People by Gavin Lambert, which CJ just read and enjoyed, so I might pick this one up as well. But I don't know, why is the font so small? Who made this font so tiny? It's 200 pages. Oh god, what is this? Deceiving, these books. Okay, with the afterword, this is 149 by Sheila Heti. Oh, well, maybe I'll start these two before I start this, or I read this. one of these. Maybe I'll make 91. Who knows? We're gonna try and crunch. Actually, I'm going to a cafe to meet a friend tomorrow to drop off some books. So I'm thinking one of these two might look really good at the cafe. I know. I'm shallow. It might be one of these two. I might start next, actually. And for 2023, to be honest, I think I'm gonna keep it at 52. Because just the idea, reading 52 books a year, like a book a week, is pretty, I don't know, kind of astounding to me. It's manageable. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, that's pretty impressive. If you can read a book a week, like if it all totals out to a book a week, I feel like that's pretty impressive. I think you're doing yourself good service. 52 books a year, a book a week, now that is sexy. You get your seal of sexy approval from me if you read 52 books a year. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now.
I ripped it out and sent it.
We all need a promised land, and it's been so long.
Hi. Didn't think I was going into the city today, but I am. This is the fit of the day. We got our Acne Studios scarf. It's super extra. Mellowed it down with a very light trench with our nothing written bag. Yeah. White pants, sweater. Let's go. Hi, hello, you know the drill. We got the dirty mirror. I literally cleaned this, okay, a week ago. Yeah, going to run some errands. Just did laundry, did a bit of work. It is noon almost. Yeah, gonna check out this cafe. It changed locations. Yeah, I haven't been back in like a year, I think. Want to check it out, see what's going on at the new space. Yeah, we got our black trench. You've seen this fit from yesterday. Oops. And bringing, of course, the nothing written bag, because I love this bag so much. I love it. It's my baby. Gonna finish up the apprenticeship. Lots to talk about there. And then hopefully start something new today. Yeah, there's a foreword by Sheila Heti for the apprenticeship. Yeah, I just feel like I need specific space to read that in after my reading of such a classic Lispector book. So yeah, let's go. Also, today is a hat day. Hair's fine today. Hair's great. Showing you, well, there we go. There we go. The cafe is closed. What's going on? Howdy. I guess I should talk about yesterday for a bit. Went to Seoul on a whim and met my friend for the 2022 Trend Design Fair at the COEX in Gangnam. It's the 17th time they've done this in Seoul, and it's always fantastic. Everything I see there is just always great. Really good mix of like traditional and modern furniture, tableware, just, yeah, anything you can imagine. But yeah, it was a joy. Really cool to see the creative energy, the pulse of the city. Everything is there and wonderful. After that, met my friend, another friend, for dinner. We had jimdak, which is like braised chicken in a sauce with like glass noodles, potatoes, veggies. It was good, but I got lost trying to get to the restaurant because it was like underground in a mall of like a branch of another mall. It was very strange. Of a hotel, it was a maze. Truly going through tunnels trying to find that place. And then afterwards, he convinced me to get one drink at a bar because his friend was DJing or something. So went to that. A really cool energy. One of my favorite bars in Itaewon. If anyone goes, I'll take you there. But yeah, lots of fun. And then, yeah, I took the train home last night back to my city. And yeah, we're here. It's a Sunday. Had a very chill day. Also worked, so that's where we're at. But finish this. An Apprenticeship, or The Book of Pleasures by Clarice Lispector. If anyone must know, I am a Lispector stan. And this, I have to admit, I've been incredibly lucky with my Lispector reading because they've just been so in tune with my life. And I think that's really important. I feel like if you're in a transformative space in your life and you feel a bit directionless, look to Lispector. She won't guide you, but she'll open up that space, allow you to discover parts of yourself that you didn't know was even there, even in your body. But this, I feel like, I don't know, is like the most humane of Lispector's novels in that she achieves humanness. She achieves being human in this, as she focuses a lot on love, the giving and taking of it. This is quite an ordinary story. It's about a man and a woman who meet. And really, there's not much else to say about it other than plot-wise about how together in this very awkward and strange meeting and the way they speak to each other and the way they share things and share this life in all its pain and pleasure is incredibly intimate in this like strange, wonderful way. But some themes that they cover is the idea of God, how God is within the earth and within the body and the self, the role of woman in relationship and in accompaniment of men. Very heterosexual, this book. But with that, I think you get a lot of where Lispector is coming from when she speaks directly from her heart. I feel like any other Lispector work, she speaks from her soul, parts of the soul. But here, she speaks from her very own heart, and you can hear her attempting mull out these secrets that she has about love and about the God within her heart, and it's wonderful. Can I read some lines for you? I've been searching all my life for the intoxication of holiness. I never thought that what I'd achieve was the holiness of the body. She didn't want anything except just what was happening to her, to be a woman in the dark beside a man who was sleeping. Death had lost its glory. The body was transforming itself into a gift, and she felt that it was a gift because she was experiencing from a direct source the unquestionable blessing of existing materially. In the state of grace, you can see the profound beauty, once unreachable, of another person. Could love be giving your own solitude to another? She was a woman seeking a way, a form, and now she had what in fact was so much more perfect. It was the great freedom of not having ways or forms. And yeah, it's just so incredibly rich in the pathway that she forms to its very end, and the end being human. And the afterword by Sheila Heti sums up the book very nicely and sort of pieces everything together that you didn't understand in the book very nicely. I had a wonderful time with this one. Definitely something I'll probably reread in the future. Definitely in my top 10. This creeped up and I didn't think I'd like it as much because I heard people didn't like it as much as her other work, but I had quite a time with this one. Spoke directly to me. A holy experience every time with Lispector. And so we've got 2 more books to read. We've got The Goodbye People and Be Not Afraid of Love. Not very far, but I just finished reading the preface and introduction and content warning, abusive relationship, and things entailed with that as we go along. But I just finished this part about how after her abuse, she went on this road trip with some friends and they went to the desert. And she was expressing how this like openness, this large empty space, allowed all of her feelings to almost release and expel themselves, made her aware of what numbness is. And let me read the passage for you because I think it's wonderful. Numbness is an initiation that invites all our emotions to travel at their own sacred time. Just like the blessed desert, numbness is a force that invites us to acknowledge the eternity that stretches before us. I thought my numbness was an incapacity for feeling, a carelessness, and a reflection of a shallow form of love. I learned from the desert that my numbness did not illuminate how much or how little I cared, nor how deeply or shallowly I loved. It was not the extent of my grief, but it offered me a tender and spacious beginning. Numbness prompted me to tend to the life in my desert and prepare myself for feeling. The rain was quickly approaching. Yeah, I think it's just reframing how we see certain emotions. I think like numbness has such a like negative connotation to it, but really it's just a way of the body trying to heal itself. You know, kind of like whenever we see a scab picked at or a pimple popped, it really is the body creating shields and trying to heal itself. Sometimes it leaves scars, sometimes it hurts, but it's the body trying to heal itself. And so numbness, I guess, in a certain respect, is the way of your emotional being informing you that there is some healing going on, even though that you may not feel anything in the moment, but it is something. It's a register of what's to come, of what's happening. I'm enjoying Mimi Zoo's voice very much, but yeah, not very far. But look at this. Can I show you? I think you saw it in the footage montage, but there's these like very fun little drawings. My Christmas plans, I'm at home working. So what I'm gonna do, I don't know, is this even worth talking about? But I think I'm gonna release 3 videos the week of Christmas because, I don't know, sometimes there are some of us out there who either have to work or we're incredibly far from our family and we can't spend that time with them, friends as well. And yeah, I'd like to offer some kind of entertainment so you feel a little less lonely for Christmas. Yeah. I forgot who said it. Someone in my undergrad, I believe. A professor or a student or something, and there was a question of like, why do you write? That someone answered, to make people feel less lonely. I guess I guess that's why I read as well. But yeah, not that literature saves, but literature's very good company, very good accompaniment. Yeah. And when I think about that, I think of that scene from A Single Man where he and his partner are sitting across from each other and you can hear like the fireplace crackling and they are reading to each other. But the scene begins with both of them in silence reading and looking over to their dog and imagining what a wondrous life it is to be a dog, to be so lazy, to be dumb and not have any worries. And so in the moment, that scene. Yeah. Books are wonderful. That's why we're here. Sorry, didn't mean to be sentimental. I'm fine. I'm fine. Anyone else fine? Can you believe it's almost 2023? Yeah. Okay. Well, everyone, be well, do good work, and keep in touch. I want to wear gloves. Like, I need to wear gloves because I am always in fear of frostbitten fingers. But gloves are just so ugly. Like, why have we not made gloves sexy?